Good morning, everybody. It's New Year's Day, and we are going to be doing another Paladins Guide video. Today, we're going to be doing an Evie guide. So I'll show you my build really quick, or what I'm targeting as my build, and then we'll get on with the guide. So we're going to do a blink guide here for Evie. We're going to start with Wormhole, which lets us blink back after, gives us 4 seconds in between our blinks to blink back. And then we're going to go with Break Free, although we could also take Teleport if it seems like we're getting beat up a bunch. This is going to give us immunity from crowd control for 8 seconds after we blink. Then we're going to go with Safeguard. After blinking, we'll take 50% less damage for 3 seconds. That's going to make us super tanky. Then we're going to go with Impact. After activating Blink, we'll get 40% damage or 40% attack speed for 3 seconds. So the idea here is blink in, 3 seconds of increased attack, blink back, hopefully without taking too much damage. Will be super tanky. And then our top is going to be Aftershock, which will be dealing 400 damage to nearby enemies after using Blink. So this is a pure Blink build on Evie. Let's get it going. We're going to play casual. We're not going to play Siege because Siege mode games, I find, at least right now without a team builder, with a pick draft style, Siege mode has become hard to play because everybody insta-locks, and right away we play. Right away we get everybody playing whoever they want to play, so you don't always get a tank, and it's really hard to play Siege mode without a tank. There's nothing quite like playing Siege mode with 4 damage characters, with like a Pip, an Evie, a Skye, and then a Grok and one other damage character. Like it's really not very fun. You're completely unable to hold the points, and it's kind of a disaster. So it's the same risk you take in every MOBA game, though, honestly. I mean, you really do take that risk, no matter what MOBA you play, I guess, where you're going to end up without, as long as there's no, like, preference role selection, you're going to end up where you just have no guarantee that you're going to get the roles that you want in a game. Which isn't usually a problem, or isn't always a problem, I should say, but sometimes is. It just depends on your team. A lot of times when your team is good, yeah, it doesn't matter as much, because you can play at a level where you're doing enough damage and you're getting enough, you're spending enough time with the enemy team dead in order to not have to worry about it. But a lot of other times it is a problem. Okay, so right off we've got Evie, Ruckus, Skye, so hopefully, okay, there's a buck pick, nice, nice. And Grok. Grok is a nice pick to go with that as well. Grok Buck is a really, really good combo. Grok does in the back just using that lightning rod, and he can drop those roots, and then Buck can jump on top of the roots and just absolutely, completely destroy. I mean, depending on what build your Buck uses. If your Buck is going to go with that leap build that's out there right now, Buck's leap build, very powerful. Absolutely just wonderful, especially if you can. So you drop a Grok totem, Grok ends up rooting for, I think it's 3 seconds, and then Buck can leap on top while they're rooted and just do an incredible amount of damage. And of course the flat cannon helps too. And it looks like we're almost we're against a team comp that's got a similar team comp here. So they've got a little more defense. Alright, so here we go. We're going to follow that build. We're going to start with Wormhole, which is going to let us reverse our blink. We're on our Fiery Warhorse.
5 seconds remaining. And so it begins.
In case you're not familiar with Evie as we ride here, we have an illusion that creates a 6-second illusion that does 20% of our damage. Our blink, which is what we're building around, which is a teleport, and Soar, which is a pure movement-based ability. Soar is going to get us up on top of our weapon, and that's going to allow us to move very quickly for a short amount of time. Those 3 moves together basically make us the best champion for movement. This is our basic attack. It is very slow. You really have to anticipate the movement arc of it, and if you can hit it on direct, you do a lot of damage. I'm sorry for that Skype notification. So I think we got their Evie just now. We're not going to hit the shield. We're going to try and concentrate on this Garak. We are getting hit, though, so let's see if we can disengage for a bit here. Looks like their Evie took Illusion, which is another of Evie's ultimate cards. Illusion basically means that she creates 3 illusions instead of 1. I don't have a problem with that card. I just don't think it's very powerful. Especially early game, it's really kind of a weaker card, but latter game it can be very powerful. I've seen some pretty bananas builds around that card. I think there's another card that modifies that so that it actually has 5 instead of 3, which is, of course, a lot more damage you're talking about. Okay, so I didn't see any crowd control, and they don't really have a lot of crowd control in their team comp, so I think I'm going to go ahead and pick that 100% increased blink range, which we're going to use right now, and we died. See, right there, it was a situation where I tried to blink out of the way. I don't know if you noticed or not, but our buck raised a wall directly in front of us, blocking our entire team from hitting the objective. If you're a buck, don't do that. And if you do that accidentally, then what you can do is just press your button for, say your ability button again, and it does not. It will drop it. Oh, we're gonna get that. Yes, nice, nice. That's 2. And although we're not wholly responsible for either of those kills, every time we're doing damage, we're helping. So there's that 100% increased blink distance. Oh, nobody here. And then, I don't know if you look on the left next time I use blink, if you look at the ability, you'll see that after using the ability, there's basically a secondary 4-second cooldown. And that's that reverse blink cooldown. So that will allow us to blink back out if we need to. There's the 3 illusions. Obviously, the illusions do not do as much damage. They do some damage, but they do not do as much damage, and they are pretty easy to spot. They do not have the regular movement patterns that that the rest of the team will have. Ow, that hurt. So that 50% damage blink card, which just came up now, which we're going to take right there, is a big help. You'll notice I'm totally ignoring the players and hitting that door. You do want to go for the door. When you're on the door, you want to go for the door. Let's blink up here and get behind them, and we can just do some crazy damage. There we go. We'll pick up both of those healths, which is awesome. They took out our siege engine, so we're going to hit this Fernando in the back and kill him, and then we're going to run away. This is a good chance to get on our broom, or our staff, or whatever we're calling it, and run. Now there's whoa, zigzag, zigzag. That's their Evie attacking me. Their siege engine will spawn in the same place regardless, so it's best to try to get to where it's going to spawn and try to damage it rather than staying in their base and damaging them. Let's blink over here. There we go. Blink path is not always clear. It sometimes seems like blink doesn't do what you want it to do. More than once accidentally I've blinked into a wall or over a wall, and the 100% siege damage, or 100% blink distance increase does not help with that. It makes it 100% more difficult to predict where the blink is going to be. So they did get our first gate, but that's okay because we already have their second gate down. Now we're going to concentrate on doing damage, and we're going to take that additional... Oh, let's get out of here. So we were able to escape. We did drop an illusion beforehand. I think that would help, and we're going to shoot this barrack. There goes their barrack. Alright, so we'll pick up this health. And obviously on mount, you'll notice we do regenerate while on mount. We've got that little regen aura. It's a little bit of extra regen when mounted. A little bit more than it would be if there was no regen. They usually have some passive regen as long as you're out of combat. So it looks like there, Fernando was able to get to the siege engine right away, but between myself and Buck, we're not going to have much trouble taking down that Fernando. I'm not even going to pop cooldowns. I still do not have that much health, so I'm going to be aware of the fact that I do not have a ton of health. What we're going to do here is we're going to get up on this wall. We're going to pop our illusion, and we're just going to pour fire into their back line here. And that Garak is just not even paying attention to us at all. I thought we killed him, but I guess not. Let's pop illusion again. Now we're down to their vault. Let's go ahead and... Oops, I got shot in the back.
Enemy double kill.
And we should be winning here. They're calling out the GG. Hopefully that means we've won. We did. Let's take a quick look at the post-game scoreboard. And honestly, I think that's a pretty good build. I like the Blink build a lot. I just think it's a good build. I think it's a good choice for survivability and sustainability. We didn't even get to our ultimate. Let's take a look at the scoreboard really quick. I came in at 1.1k, tied with our Buck. Ruckus was ahead and Grok was ahead, so not my best game ever. Didn't get to my level 5 card, unfortunately. Didn't get to see that ability, but we did pick it out earlier in deck construction. It would have been, what it would have been was the massive damage, 400 damage I think it is, when you blink. So that's a pretty awesome card. You can blink right up onto those ramparts. That was a 7-minute game. It was a little bit shorter than most of the games I've been playing lately, but that game type where the siege engines just spawn, you don't have to capture any points, tends to be a little slower. So I hope you've enjoyed this Evie Blink guide, and come back for many more.